Okay, hi, and I'm back to bringing you the latest in the good, the bad, and the terribly ugly. So last time I attempted to make part 2, but I ended up having to stop halfway because my bird needed a computer. So now I have like this halfway done chart. Besides, this chart's already getting super filled up, so I just decided to make a completely new tier chart for episode 2, and probably for every episode following that. And So here I am, just rating every single Pokemon in existence, all 890 of them. I'm gonna lend to you, I don't actually know anything about Pokemon at all, so it's basically just like a first impression thing, like if they look cool or dumb or not. And since this is done by a 13-and-a-half-year-old, my opinions are definitely going to be different than you, which is totally fine. In most cases. Anyway, what I'm going to do is use the exact rating, the exact same rating for the first 25 that I used from the previous video to this. Which means that if I rated Dugtrio poor over here, that means that it's getting a poor rating over here, which is what I'm doing. Also, this one's a lot better because it only has the original Pokemon and not the actual unnecessary ones. Anyway, we have the technically to start with Meowth, which if I recall correctly from when I watched a cartoon when I was little, the only one that actually speaks English and also works for Team Rocket for some reason. I actually think this looks pretty good. The nice anthropomorphism there, probably the only anthropomorphic Pokemon anyway in the franchise. I don't know trash about it at all. Anyway, in the original video, I rated Meowth as good, which is what I'm doing here. And any character that Meowth has was definitely taken away once he evolved into Persian, which still looks pretty cool. But not really as good as Meowth, but I can still do it. So I'm just gonna put Persian one tier down, wherever that is. Also, all the pictures in this chart for some reason don't have white backgrounds. Now we have Psyduck, which I'm pretty sure superglued. Every Psyduck in existence superglued their arms to their head, because that's what I'm seeing here. So it's just a basic duck Pokemon, but whatever, it's fine with me. Next up we have Golduck. I'm not totally sure how this evolved from Psyduck, but this actually looks really cool, actually. Now, which I'm also putting in the good tier, joining Meowth. Also, I found Raticate in this chart, so I'm going to go ahead and rate that anyway. That image was missing from the previous video for some reason. And now we have Mankey, which literally, I don't like this at all. It literally just looks like a giant head with limbs, just sticking out from all sides. It doesn't even look like it has an actual body. And it did not get a good rating from me. Mankey then evolves into Primeape, which still does that weird, the head with limbs thing. But unlike Mankey, Primeape actually looks pretty cool, which this time actually got a positive review from me. Also, in case you're wondering, my video stopped at about number 75, which means about halfway through this video, I'm gonna go unscripted, whatever you call it. Okay, I think I have the pronunciation right. It's a Growlithe, number 58, which this is like one of those basic animal-like Pokemon. In my opinion, this actually looks pretty cool, which got, once again, another good rating for me. Growlithe then evolves into, I think it's pronounced Arcanine. I think I got it right now. And yes, Arcanine actually looks even cooler than Growlithe is, which got a great tier. In my opinion, anything that's like exceptionally good or bad goes above 75 or below 25. Speaking of going below 25, we have this train wreck, Poliwag, which I absolutely hate. It literally just looks like a giant sperm with these little leg stubs. Poliwag also got my lowest rating so far. No 5s or 0s yet, which will hopefully stay that way. Poliwag then evolves into Poliwhirl, which is, I guess, slightly an improvement, but not all that much. Still, it looks a little too cute in my opinion. No, which I just gave it a meh here. Next up here, we have Poliwrath, and now we're talking. This actually looks pretty cool, which got, well, yet again, another good rating for me. Got a good intimidation level here. After this is Abra, number 63, which I don't know why, but why is his eyes closed all the time? In my opinion, any fight against Abra, the way this looks would be an instant win, just because its eyes are closed all the time, like it's always sleeping. Yeah, I just, over here I just gave it a mediocre rating, because in my opinion it looks kind of dumb. Then we have Kadabra, which is a major improvement from what we originally had. It's awake, it looks a lot cooler, and also holding a spoon. Yeah, this one got another good rating from me. And finally, there's Alakazam, which we have because one spoon's not enough. It's still, not much has changed, but still looks slightly cooler than Kadabra, which I gave it a great rating here. Next up, Machop. Not much to say about this, but it did fairly well to me, so I gave this an okay. After that's Machoke, which is basically the buffer version of Machop, which is a major improvement from what we originally had here. Now this looks a lot cooler, and ain't actually wearing clothes, so I gave this a great. But then we have Machamp. This just looks all over the place. With now 4 arms, and for some reason this also has too much of a resemblance to King Dedede, which I didn't know what to say. I just gave it a solid 50. Okay, now we have Bellsprout, which is basically just a slightly lamer version of the P-Shooter plant. But what the heck? It's number 69. Put it in the perfect tier, damn it. Then number 69 evolves into Weepinbell, which doesn't look all that great. No, like a huge looking mouth. It's supposed to be like a plant Pokemon, but it looks more like a fish to me. Yeah, I just gave it a solid meh. Yeah, after that's a Victreebel, which has a very deformed looking face. Wait, hold on. I don't know what that was. No, I don't even know where I was at. I gave it a 50. That's all I know. I don't even know what I was trying to say here. Anyway, this is already 7 minutes long. To save time, I'm just going to give you everything I got up to the accidental cancellation. Tentacool got a 40, Tentacruel got a 70, Geodude got a 60, and Graveler got a 50. Actually, the white backgrounds here makes it look a lot less crowded, so maybe I'm just going to use every single episode with the same chart from now on. I might as well just move the first 50 over to here, but I'll do that later. Now we're at Golem, which that came after I accidentally stopped the video, so I have no idea what I'm going to do here. It's a little strange with a dinosaur head poking out of boulder, but I think it's alright. I'll give it a 70. Next up is Ponyta, which I'm not really a horse person, but I can deal with this. I'll give it a 65. Next up is Rapidash. The evolution from this, which looks kind of cool, but in my opinion, like that weird fire hair is just all over the place and doesn't look right at all. If the fire looked normal, I'd rate higher, but for now it's getting a fair. Next up is Slowpoke, which this weird pink thing. I don't know why its face just makes it look kind of dumb. Like it's not that too great. I'm giving it a meh. Then it's Slowbro, which is literally just Slowpoke, but with this thing on its tail. Does it really make a difference? It's going on the same tier. Next up, Magnemite. I'm not really sure. I don't really think this looks that original. It's just a regular it's just magnets, which it's just getting another meh rating from me. After Magnemite is Magnetron, which this doesn't look any better. Now with 3 heads, it makes it just look all over the place, which is going 1 tier down. Where is it? Yeah, this. Next up is Farfetch'd, which is a pretty cool looking bird Pokemon. Also holding a leak for some reason. Not really sure his eyebrows are part of it. The feathers are not it. But whatever, it still looks cool. I'm giving this another good. This is already almost 10 minutes long. We're at 84. No, which is just a strange looking 2-headed bird Pokemon. I'm not totally a fan, but whatever. No, I won't be too harsh on this. I'll just give it a fair. Next up, Duo, which is a Duo, but with 3 heads now. Which, Yeah, now this I like. This looks much cooler the way they look than this lame thing over here. I'm giving this another grade, and I think I might have changed my mind. I might actually move Arcanine up one tier to the awesome tier. Now we have Seal, literally just Seal, which is exactly what it sounds like, but just in my opinion, it looks more like a walrus than a seal. I don't know what to think. I'll just put it in mediocre tier. Now we have Dewgong. Now, which this looks like a seal, and this looks pretty cute in my opinion. Wait, hold on. This is the evolution of seal. This looks more like a devolution, because this does not look more evolved. Now, just for that alone, it's actually making me put this in an even lower tier than I did seal. All the way down to the poor tier. Sorry for about that. And it's Grimer, which is basically just this weird old basic purple sludge thing, which put this once again in the mediocre tier. After that is Muck, which is cum spelled backwards. I gagged about that in the previous episode. Basically Grimer, but it looks more ugly. In fact, this is actually getting lousy for me. I actually haven't gotten any bads in this episode yet. Poliwag's an exception, but this is actually a fairly well episode. Okay, now we want to save time. So for some of these, I'm not even going to say anything about them. I just gave Shoulder debatable. As for Cloyster, I'm giving this a meh tier because this just looks all over the place. In a second thought, I might put a tier lower than that. After that, say Gastly, which is basically just a giant black ball. Not all that creative, but it's still kind of cool. Next up, Haunter. No, which actually has the shape and looks pretty cool at the same time. Now, this is getting, once again, another good rating for me. Now, this isn't as cool, but I still really like it, so this is going in the decent tier. Actually, I don't want this to be another 15 minutes long, so I'm not going to say anything about these now. Anyway, here's Onix, number 95, number 96, 97, 98... 99, I don't think anything has changed. Finally, number 100, which I put here because it's just Pokeball and not very creative. Anyway, here's one last look at about what we had, as well as the previous video. No, which I haven't actually added anything here, but whatever. Anyway, that's it.